Are you serious?
Hello, this is another episode of How to Kill an Hour, where I'm Marcus Bronzy.
I'm Sean.
We scour the internet, tell some jokes,
We do.
have a couple of laughs, and that's it really, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it really. That's it really. Yeah, that's it really. Quick, before we kick off the show, shout out to Trudy, who emailed in at jokes@howtokillanhour.com saying, thanks for the laughs. That was it. Short email.
Oh,
Thanks for the laughs.
Sweet. You're very
no
welcome.
kind regards. No regards. Just
Short
no
and sweet.
hello. No to who it may concern.
I appreciate getting to the point. I
Yeah, man.
appreciate that.
And hey, hello to ML Whiteside, who said in response to when we tried to make a word for a collective, like when we're
did.
talking for a plural of puns, right?
Electricalization or something like that.
Yeah, we tried to make our own words here on the show as well. That's another thing we do. He said, if you know, like have a murder of crows, a parliament of owls.
Yes.
He said, how about a preponderance of puns? Sounds sensational.
Oh.
I like that.
Was that a mole? Was it just
That was from ML Whiteside.
Yo.
I like you made it sound ethnic.
ML.
But got Amal, innit?
ML.
Shout out to Amal.
ML. How's that spelled?
ML.
Oh, ML.
Yeah, ML Whiteside. Amal. Big up Amal, man. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, ML. Shout out to
Aaron.
you.
Shout out to ML.
Hey.
Shout out to Amal.
Was it
out
a
here.
preponderance of puns?
A preponderance of puns. And I think if we look at what a preponderance means, I think it is actually a word. I think it is like a pre-thought, a quality of fact being in a great number, quality, or importance. So you can have a preponderance of women among older people, or you can have a preponderance
It's
of
got
puns.
a good. What is it? Onomatopoeia? Is it onomatopoeia?
Is it onomatopoeia?
Alliteration? Oh,
Alliteration?
God.
Which one's
Mate.
onomatopoeia?
I just forgot everything that I ever learned.
Onomatopoeia is pow,
Oh yeah, it's
slap,
Yeah, what's it when you?
clap. I think it's alliteration. Plop,
It's embarrassing. That I don't.
slurp.
Bro, I forget what like a metaphor and a simile are.
Yeah.
It's like all the things that I learned in school.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just reading this on the internet. It's the occurrence of the same letter or
There
sound
we
at the
go.
beginning
There we
of
go.
an adjacent or closely
Preponderance
connected
of
word.
puns. There we go.
A preponderance of puns. Man, you
we
don't
just
wanna
more
say that.
exposed that we've just forgotten everything that we ever learned in school.
Yeah, man. A noun is a noun a doing word?
Let's not get into that because we're just going to expose ourselves more. So move on from these
we should do, man.
pronouns and adverbs and such.
100%, man, and such. Right, time for our first bit of show, which is our jokes.
Of the week.
You've gone back to the original. Was that the original? That sounded like the.
That's not the original. That's the
not
old one.
Yeah, okay.
That was the Mark 1 when we did this and was like,
The week.
it's missing something in it.
And then you did.
Of
And we were like, that's the one. I thought you were gaslighting me there for a second, honestly.
of the week.
Well, that was a lot.
The week.
What was that? All right, cool. One more time. That was actually quite a good span of buttons.
Of the week.
Yeah. Wait, that's I was just going to stop talking so you didn't interrupt me with other weeks. I need to carry on. You fucker. All right.
Right, it's time for Sean and I to get into our jokes of the week. If you do want to send one in, jokes@howtokillanhour.com. You can send us a joke of the week, or just like Trudy, just write thanks for laughs, and that's it. But
Big
yeah,
up,
man.
Trudy.
All right, Sean. Okay. Sister Mary Catherine lived just down the block from Jack's liquor store. One day she walked in and said, "Jack, give me a pint of brandy." Jack said, Sister Mary Catherine, I've never sold alcohol to a nun, and by the way, it comes in a bottle. She smiled sweetly and said, "Oh, it's for Mother Superior. She's having digestive issues." Jack wasn't quite convinced, but sold her the bottle anyway. Later that evening, as Jack walked past the nunnery, he saw Sister Mary Catherine outside, completely hammered. She was singing, dancing, and flapping her arms around like a maniac. A crowd had gathered around her. Jack couldn't believe his eyes. He said, "Sister Mary Catherine, you told me the brandy was for Mother Superior's constipation." Sister Mary Catherine grinned and said, "Ha, Jack, it is. When she sees me, I bet she'll feel better real quick."
Do you know what? I had one which is tied into that one.
Oh, go for it.
If I can do.
Sean, you can.
You reckon? Do you have confidence in me?
Sean, you can.
Okay. No, I don't know where it is. All right, okay. Never mind.
Okay, maybe you can't.
Come back to it. I can't.
Okay, cool.
I can't. So, I'm sitting in a pub in Ireland with a man named McGarrity,
Hey.
knocking back some pints. All of a sudden, he elbows me and he says, "Laddie, see that bridge you came over there on the way to the pub? I built that bridge bit by bit. You think they call me McGarity the bridge builder? No. So we go back to drinking a few more pints. And again, he said, laddie, see that road you came into? I built that road, brick by brick. You think they call me McGarity the road builder? No. But you have sex with one goat. And that would do it. McGarity.
McGarity the goat, you know.
Friend.
Fred and Mary got married but couldn't afford a honeymoon, so they spent the first night at Fred's parents' house. The next morning, little Johnny, Fred's kid brother, sat down for breakfast. As he grabbed his backpack, he said, Mum, are Fred and Mary up yet? No, she replied. Johnny smirked. You know what I think? His mum cut him off. Hey, Johnny, I don't want to hear any of what you think. Just go to school. At lunchtime, Johnny came home again and said, are Fred and Mary up yet? No, said his mum. Johnny grinned and said, do you know what I think? His mum said, oi, enough, Johnny. Eat your lunch and get back to school. After school, Johnny walked in and asked one more time, are Fred and Mary up yet? His mum sighed. Fine, Johnny. What do you think? Johnny shrugged. Well, last night, Fred came to my room asking for some Vaseline, and I think I gave him my airplane glue.
Little Johnny. He did it on purpose. He knew what he was doing.
It's a sticky one. I love little Johnny jokes, you know.
He's so epic.
Yeah. It's little Johnny and little
Susie.
Little Susie.
Sometimes little
it.
Jenny.
Little Jenny.
I feel like
Jenny's better.
We've got little Johnny and no one else. Like they need to pick. It needs to be little Susie or little Jenny.
I think, what are we going to... I think I like Jenny jokes.
Do you like Jenny jokes more?
I know Jenny. Do you know Jenny?
Do you?
Sorry.
And we keep the alliteration of Jenny and
Yeah.
whatever his face
What's
is.
alliteration again?
It's similar to a simile, but
Hey!
right. Two guys are in the desert. One gets bit on his penis. He panics. Help, he says to his friend. His mate races to the doctor. He says, Doc, my friend's got bitten by a rattlesnake on his penis. What should I do? The doc says, there's only one thing you can do. You got to suck the poison out or he will die. Okay, says the buddy. So he races back to his friend. He says, what did the doc say? He said, you're going to die. She's like, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh, man. He didn't want to have a name like Goat. You suck one.
You save
one life.
You save one friend.
Yeah. And now he wants to marry you. Sorry.
And now you've got,
too loud, Sean. Sorry.
You save one person and now you've got an OnlyFans.
Oh, man. He says as he picks up his award for...
Yeah.
A man boarded his flight to Chicago and made his way to the aisle seat he had reserved. To his surprise, a woman was already sitting there. Excuse me, he said. He was trying to stay polite, by the way. This is my seat and I specifically booked it. The woman looked up confidently and said, I'm Sally. I'm smart. And I'm sitting in the aisle seat until this plane lands in Chicago. He frowned and checked her ticket. Sure enough, it clearly showed she was assigned the middle seat. Your ticket says you're in the middle, he pointed out. I booked the aisle seat because I'm 6'5" and I need the leg room. You're what, 5'1"? You'll be just fine in the middle seat. Sally, completely unfazed, again said, I'm Sally. I'm smart and I'm sitting in the aisle seat until this plane lands in Chicago. The woman in the window seat chimed in. You should probably move. My ex was only 6'1" and he always needed the aisle seat to avoid feeling cramped. Still, Sally replied, I'm Sally, I'm smart and I'm sitting in this aisle seat until the plane lands in Chicago. Frustrated, the man finally called over the flight attendant. After listening to the situation, the attendant nodded, leaned down and whispered something in Sally's ear. Suddenly, Sally's expression changed, and without a word, she grabbed her things and moved to the middle seat. Relieved, the man settled into his aisle seat. After landing in Chicago, curiosity got the better of him. He approached the flight attendant and said, What did you say to her? The attendant grinned. I told her the aisle seat wasn't going to Chicago. Silly Sally.
Can I just say, somehow on another small alliteration just came up.
Yeah.
In that.
What was Silly Sally?
With
Silly Sally smart.
sitting smart.
Wow.
Right? We're on a bit of a roll here.
Super that.
And also, that was beautifully told.
Was it?
That was yeah. Don't get gassed. It's the only time I'm
You
ever going to
set
say
me
that
up
to
now.
you.
haven't you? You set me up. The next shot's going to be a one-liner, and it's going to take me half an hour to get out. A door walks into a fist. A bar walks into a man, and man.
It's a short one.
Okay.
Right. Someone broke into my house last night and stole my limbo stick. Really? How low can you go? That was a good one.
I got me. I love them ones. All right, I've got another slightly longer one. A woman wearing a sleeveless sundress walks into a pub. She raises her right arm, revealing a hairy armpit. She points to the people sitting at the bar and goes, "What person in here is going to buy this lady a drink?" The bar goes silent. But down at the end of the bar, an old drunk man slams his hand down on the counter and bellows, "Give that ballerina a drink." The bartender pours a drink and the woman chugs it down. She turns to the patrons and again looks around at them, revealing the same hairy armpit, and says, "Who is going to buy this lady another drink?" Once again, the old man slaps his money down on the bar and goes, "Give that ballerina another drink." The bartender approaches the old drunk and says, "Hello, mate. I know it's your own damn business if you want to buy people drinks in here, but do you mind if I ask why you keep calling her a ballerina?" The drunk man replies, "Any woman who can lift her leg that high has got to be a ballerina."
Didn't see that coming.
Hey. I don't know why I gave her such a butch voice at the start. Who's going to buy me a drink? Sorry about that, guys.
The first time I met my girlfriend's family, we went for dinner and she played footsie with me under the table. She went too far and I made a big mess. Turns out it was her grandmother. I got off on the wrong foot.
Oh, bunions and funyuns.
Someone literally the first thing that someone wrote was, "She got you with the old bunions to the onions." Classic.
Oh, does that count as alliteration? Oh, it's not. That has to be the same letter, innit?
It does.
Is that just rhyming bunions to the onions?
I think so.
Sorry about that.
If someone can correct us with our terrible
Bunion,
English.
onion. It's multi-syllabic, syllabic
Syllabic
rhyming skills. Yeah,
skills.
Get me Eminem style.
Man's got cadence and such.
Okay, right. This is a take on a classic Carry On film joke.
Okay,
yeah?
okay.
I just want to say my dad loves Carry On films as well. Like he just loves that kind
I
of
haven't seen one for years.
silly
man.
humor. Like you know, the kind of how some of it's cartoony.
Yeah.
Like some of it's like doing all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff. Yeah. Cool. It's called Tried It Once. A sales representative stops at a small manufacturing plant in the Midwest. He presents a box of cigars to the manager as a gift. "No thanks," as a plant manager. "I tried smoking a cigar once and I didn't like it." The sales rep then tries something else. Hoping to clinch a sale, he offers the manager to go out for a few drinks. He goes, "How about we go for some martinis?" "No thanks," the plant manager replies. "I tried alcohol once, but I don't like it." The salesman glances out of the office windows and sees a golf course. "I suppose you'd like to play some golf then," says the salesman. "I'd like to invite you to be my guest and our game of golf will be on me." "No thanks," says the manager. "I played golf once, but I didn't like it." Just then, a young man enters the office. "Let me introduce you to my son Bill," says the plant manager. "Let me guess," the salesman replies. "Only child."
This is a bit dumb, but I'm going to do it anyway. Right. My friend told me he was having trouble spelling the words duck, stuff, and funny. Says he keeps forgetting the vowel. I told him, sounds like a you problem. Sorry, it's dumb. So dumb.
AI. AI. Man, I like that.
Okay. Oh, can I do a follow-up?
Yeah,
You
go
cool
on,
with a
go on,
follow-up?
yeah.
All right. Actually, no, man, go. I thought I had the.
What?
No.
Tease.
Do you know what?
You
Yeah?
got me
Do
so
you know what?
excited
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have a perfect follow-up for it. But
Got some big promises today,
Sim,
Sean.
I know, but I'm not gonna lie. I haven't delivered on any of them yet. So
You're like, "I got a great joke, can't find it. Got a great follow-up, can't find it." It sounds like a bit of a you problem, to be
mate,
honest.
I think I'm gonna have to. Okay, go.
Okay.
Here's the follow-up. My wife called into the kitchen and told me a sheep had gotten in. I said, "That sounds like a you problem." Sorry. I thought I did them together because they're both terrible.
There's got to be a track. There's got to be a third one in there. Though.
Yeah,
There's got to be a third one in
That's
there.
even
Is there a third one?
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, fair
Only in
enough.
twos, not threes.
Yeah. That's a foul joke there.
It's terrible.
Oh, I thought that was quite good. It's a vowel joke. A vowel joke.
Vowel joke. I thought you said foul,
Yeah,
as in foul,
it's
a U, foul, but it's not.
No, that's the bird, isn't it?
Yeah.
A vowel is a vowel joke. Is my stupidness rubbing off on you?
Yeah,
That's
probably.
what I'm worried about, bruv. You're supposed to be the intelligent one. All right. cool.
Really? Oh, God. That is worrying.
All right. I almost totally missed this joke. It's called The Guilty Priest. A priest goes out to play golf by himself on Sunday. Spying on him from heaven, St. Peter is furious. He tells God, "Hey, a priest is playing golf on the Sabbath, which is a cardinal sin. Should he be punished?" God replies, "Yes, he should be punished." And with a wave of his mighty hand, the priest hits the golf ball and scores a hole-in-one. "What? You gave him a hole-in-one? What is this kind of punishment?" said St. Peter. God responds, "It is a punishment." "How? Who's he going to tell?"
Torture.
Yeah, mate. Oh, hole-in-one, yeah. Yeah. I love it. It's true. Right.
My mate asked me to bring him something hard to write on. I don't know why he got so mad. A pillow's pretty bloody hard to write on. I'm not gonna lie, that's the shit I would do just to be really annoying.
Glass of water.
What?
Try writing on that, mate. Struggle there, mate.
real tough.
Papa Mole, Mama Mole, and their two baby moles were in a tunnel beneath a grocery store. Papa and Mama Mole were in front, and the babies were just behind them. Papa Mole stopped and sniffed and went, "We're underneath some sugar now." And a little later he went, "Oh, we're underneath some honey now." A little more time passed and he went, "Oh, we're underneath the maple syrup now." As the moles go home, the two baby moles asked Mama whether she was able to smell the sugar, honey and maple syrup. She said, "Not as well as your papa, but yes, I could smell them." "Could you smell them too?" The baby moles looked at each other and one spoke up. "To be honest, all we could smell was molasses."
Oh.
Molasses. Molasses. I'm sorry, I don't know why I took it.
Oh, it's great.
So bad.
No, it's great.
It's horrible,
I love
isn't it? It's horrible.
No, I
It's
love
horrible.
it.
It's
I love
horrible.
it. I love it.
Okay, all right.
Man, the internet is wild. I got a message from some random dude who wanted to meet me in the woods at midnight to compare penis sizes. Bloody weird, I didn't even turn up. I'm not gonna lie, that one's probably.
All right, I've got one more for you, Sean. I've actually got two more for you.
Okay.
I've got so many more. You know what?
Come on.
I'll give you a couple more. All right. One is a twist on one that you've heard before. I'll just hit it. A new guy in town responds to an ad for selling toothbrushes where the company says they'll give you everything you need, you just have to turn up. So he does, he gets all this stuff and goes out for his first day. He comes back and they say, "How many toothbrushes did you sell?" He says, "2. "Only 2, says the boss. "I don't think you're cut out for this job, mate." No, give me a chance, I'll do better," the guy pleads. "Okay, one more chance." So the man goes out for his second day work, and when he comes back, he has sold 182 toothbrushes. "How did you sell that many?" says the boss. "I went to the bus station and set up a table. I had some free chips and dip, and then some toothbrushes on the side. I asked the people if they wanted some chips and dip. They said, yeah, I'd love some chips and dip. And after they ate it, they always said, it tastes like crap. And then I say, it is. Do you want to buy a toothbrush?"
It's absolute genius. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shitty joke. But, yeah. Some people say it's crap, but yeah.
A man moves into a new apartment and goes down to the lobby to put his name on the mailbox. As he's doing so, a stunning young woman steps out of the apartment next to the mailboxes wearing nothing but a robe. Mm-hmm. She flashes him a warm smile and strikes up a conversation. As they chat, her robe slowly slips open, revealing that she's wearing absolutely nothing underneath. The poor guy starts sweating bullets, struggling to keep eye contact. After a few minutes, she gently places a hand on his arm and whispers, "Let's go inside. I hear someone coming." Without hesitation, he follows her into the apartment. She closes the door, leans against it, and with a sultry look, lets the robe fall completely open. "Tell me," she purrs, "what would you say is my best feature?" The guy, now a nervous wreck, stammers, clears his throat, and finally blurts out, your ears. She looks absolutely baffled. My ears? Look at these boobs, perky, natural, no sag, my butt firm, flawless, zero cellulite, my skin perfect, no blemishes, out of everything. Why would you say my ears? Still flustered, he cleared his throat again and mutters, because when you said you heard someone coming, that was me. I clocked that you knew it halfway through.
I've got it here as well. Yeah. I've got a slightly cleaner version of it. Yeah. Amazing. I love it. It's an amazing joke. Bruv, 10 out of 10. It's sensational.
It is sensational.
All right, what have we got? All right. So this is really weird. A guy called, no, it's not weird, but thank you, Alan Corro in Ireland, sent in a voice note in the email. Thanks for that. But I did have the jokes pulled back somewhere. So this is a bit of a remix of, he had an Irish version. This is an East London version. A man bought a budgie that could talk, but it kept repeating, I'm from London and I'm tough as nails. After a week, the man got so fed up he bought a kestrel and put it in the cage and said, let's see how tough you are. Next morning, the kestrel was dead and the budgie says, I'm from London and I'm tough as nails. The man bought a buzzard and put it in the cage and left them to it. And the next morning, the buzzard was dead again and the budgie said, I'm from London and I'm as tough as nails. The man then bought a golden eagle and put it in the cage and thought, that'll do it. So he leaves them to it. And the next morning, the golden eagle was dead and the budgie had no feathers left. You're not so chip and how are you? Said the man with a smile on his face. The budgie said, yep, I had to take my jacket off for that one.
I like it. All right. Oh, this is a bit of a long one. Right.
Yeah, go for it.
An army colonel arrives at the new base he's been assigned to manage. After settling in, he decides to take a tour and familiarise himself with his surroundings. He checks the barracks, kitchen, administration offices, training grounds, and the extensive unused land around the base. While on patrol, he notices two soldiers in parade uniform standing guard near a small bench. He approaches them. Privates, report yourselves. Sir Private Rodriguez, sir. Sir Private Hughes. What are you doing here? Sir, we were ordered to guard this bench. Sir, who gave the order? Sir, the last commander, sir. He made a permanent schedule to ensure that there were always two men on guard. It's unit tradition, sir. Unit tradition, you say? Well then, carry on, privates. Sir, yes, sir. The colonel returns to his quarters, but remains puzzled by the strange tradition. Determined to get to the bottom of it, he starts digging into the history of the base. He calls the previous commander. On the phone, he asks the origin of the tradition, only to be told that the previous commander didn't know either. When he took command, the bench was already being guarded, so he just continued the practice. This pattern repeats as he contacts the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th commanders. No one has any idea why the bench has been guarded. After several hours of investigation, the colonel finally gets a 103-year-old veteran on the phone. Good evening, sir. Is this Brigadier General Richards? A weak, elderly voice responds, yes. Sorry to bother you, sir, but I'm trying to gather some information about a base you commanded between 1976 and 1982. Yes, I remember. How can I help? It concerns a guard schedule that has been kept since your time in command. 2 guards in parade uniforms are continuously stationed near a bench by the housekeeping shed. Do you have any idea why? A brief silence followed. Then in a frail voice, the general asks, What? The paint is still wet? So it was a long walk.
It's so dumb. That's so dumb. I love it. Yes. Do you know what? Flip it, Sean. I got a few more for you. Dad, what's the difference between a piano, tuner, and a pot of glue? Son, I don't know. Dad, you can tune a piano, but you can't piano a tuner. Son, what about the pot of glue? Dad, I knew you'd get stuck on that one. Classic.
A local barber got arrested today for selling drugs. I've been going there for years. Didn't know he was a barber.
You know what? I'm going to give you the same joke back that you gave me today, but I'm going to give you my slightly cleaner version.
Oh, okay,
so you can decide in the edit.
okay.
So a guy moves into an apartment in New York and heads to the lobby to put his name on the mailbox. As he's doing so, a stunning woman steps out of the apartment next to the mailboxes, wearing nothing but a robe. She flashes him a warm smile and strikes up a conversation. As they chat, her robe slowly slips open, revealing that she's wearing absolutely nothing underneath. The poor guy starts sweating bullets and struggles to keep eye contact. After a few minutes, she gently places a hand on his arm and says, "Let's go inside. I hear someone coming." Without hesitation, he follows her to the apartment. She closes the door and leans against it with a sultry look and lets the robe completely fall open. "Tell me," she purrs, What would you say is my best feature? The guy in nervous wreck stammers, clears his throat and finally blurts out, your ears. She looks absolutely baffled. My ears? Look at this, she says. And then she turns around and goes, look at that. Flawless. Look at me, I'm perfect. I have no blemishes. Out of everything, why would you say my ears? Still flustered, he clears his throat again and mutters, because when you said you heard someone come in, that was me.
Can we just? It's like almost identical. My one, the descriptive parts of mine. I could have.
I just remove the.
Just put both of them to see who's like. No, I like the descriptive.
Yeah,
Can we a bit more?
Give us some more of that. I want to hear like the cup size and that. But the line I should really say is, still flustered, he clears his throat and mutters, because when you said you heard someone, that was me. Oh man, there you go. So there you go. Those were our jokes of the
Bam
Of the week.
Isn't it? Jeez.
right.
Feeling right today, bro.
I don't know, man. Just trigger happy there, isn't it? So I guess it's time for us to head on to our next part of the show, which is
what is it?
It could be our news stories of the week, I guess, man. Our news stories of the week. You got any news for me, Sean?
I have some news stories. Have you got some news stories first and foremost?
I can give you. How about I give you a headline?
Okay.
Mosh pit nappy designed to avoid queues at gigs sells out.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I
A
don't know.
nappy for mosh
I'm
pit.
going to say that, like, you're not someone who goes to, like, tons of kind of live gigs
No.
and such. Nor am I, but I'll probably go to a few more than you. But
Probably,
when you're in if you're like somewhere where it's like standing and stuff, and especially like festivals and that, and people trying to like, people will go 8 hours early to get to the front for a set and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You're just like,
Yeah.
do you know what it would be? You'd be looking around at everyone else being so smug in it. Yeah. Oh, nip into the toilet. So it's going to be tough getting back here to the front, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, have a great time. Never see you again.
Yeah. Well, like someone will be talking. someone will be talking to you like, "Excuse me, I'm just going to the toilet."
So weird.
Anyway, yeah, as you were saying, yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah. I've seen someone just pop a squat, or someone just pull out their wood and just pee in like festivals. It's just like no holds barred. If people want to keep that space,
I can't believe you
people
used
just
the
do
term
that.
No holds. Okay, sorry.
No, is that right? Did I say it wrong?
No, just no.
All right.
No holes barred. Just sounds.
No holes. Yes. Sean's pun.
Of the week.
Preponderance.
No
of puns.
holds barred.
Oh,
no holds
dude.
barred. Yeah, no holds. Yeah, but I've seen people just like, I've been in a festival and I've just seen like a group of people disperse because someone's pissing right there.
There's some
male and female.
Yeah, there's some sus behaviour that goes on from time to time. I think if you're like, right, I'm going to make let me see how long it'll take me to, it's going to take this much energy and that much time to get to that porta toilet, which is probably going to be dirtier than where I'm standing right now.
Stinks as well.
Yeah, here seems like a good option.
A Portaloo that's been on tour all season through the warmth of summer, cooking. That's what it is. If you're like at the start of a season and it's a brand new port, if you're the first person using the Portaloo, I would say that's probably quite a nice experience. Not ideal, but you're the first ever christening that. Lovely. As soon as you're 5 in, it's wrong, innit? And then at the end of a season, it's the smell. The smell.
Do you know
is
the
just-
worst ones? Is the ones where like like proper like lads when like one of their mates goes in it and they fucking push it over.
Oh,
My God, that has got to be.
that's horrible. That's
There's
disgusting.
levels in it. There's levels. I wouldn't do that. You would do that, but I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't. Nah,
No,
do
you
know
would
what?
do
I
that,
would,
bruv. You
I
do
wouldn't-
that,
I'd rock
100%.
it. I'd rock it so that you were scared. So like, I'd maybe rock it. I'd do that right. I'd do the time in my head right. He's in there. He's probably in the loo. Let's rock it a little bit, but kicking it over so you're covered in someone else's pee pee and poo poo. Nah, man.
What I would do is I would pump you up so much so that you would do
yeah?
it. Yeah, no, pause. But I'd gas you up and be like, "Oh, bruv, you got to do this." And as soon as you do it, I'd be like, "You're dread, bro." And whoever it was, I'd be like, "Bro, I would never do something like that, man. That's
man.
dread." Like,
I think it's a bit of a shitty thing to do. You'd start doing puns like that. It's a bit of a shitty thing to do, man. Like, yeah, man.
I would
that's
stitch you
horrible,
up. That's what I'm
man.
saying, innit?
And you probably give that person that's covered in poop one piece of toilet paper as well. That's worse than having none in it because they've got one bit of paper to clean yourself up. They're like, where do I put
No, you
it?
you get one in it. You just stick it on their forehead,
Oh.
there you go. So there you. That's all better now. All better.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
It'll be fine. But it's an adult incontinence nappy, but it's not designed for people that have like regular incontinence issues. This is designed for people that want to go to concerts and avoid long queues. And it is £59. It's a limited edition pit diaper specifically for mosh pits at gigs.
Wait. Is it disposable?
Let's find out.
For 59 quid, one-time use sounds... And also, we've got to look after the environment here.
Of course.
One-time snappies.
Sean, we've turned
Nappies.
a corner in this. We've turned a U-bend in this.
Oh, dang.
It's sold by the US firm Liquid Death. Here we go.
Oh.
So something telling me there's some tongue-in-cheek behaviour here because they do like a little bit of fun, don't they? They were selling it and it's known for its unusual heavy metal style, images and marketing. This sounds like a marketing thing, innit? But oh well, you've won Liquid Death. Go on, pass the Liquid Death. We've got one in the studio. And by the way, I didn't set this up. There we go. There's a Liquid Death for you. There we go. There you go. So yeah, the limited edition pit diaper, blah, blah, blah. You can avoid having to brave the hellscape that is the new pit diaper. Basically, it's for safety in a mosh pit. So is this if you get moshed on so hard that somebody kicks you and you shit yourself? You just...
Safety. I like the term that they're using, the safety. I think there are other things that are probably you have to be more worried about in a mosh pit than shitting yourself, like getting knocked out and trampled.
Do you know what? The idea of mosh pits to me, I have no...
It's not... Okay.
Back in the day I would have, but I think as I become more frail and fragile, I'm a little bit less inclined.
Right, if I was your size, then I would be like, I would be more inclined to get involved in a mosh pit.
See, that's the thing, Sean. At my size, people are like, he can take it. He can take a double-footed flying kick to the chest. Do you know what I mean? He'll walk that off. He can take a full can of Stella to the head. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying, though, bruv? He can take it. Well, I'm wearing why are you wearing football boots? Oh, just so I have good grip. Yeah, he'll take it. Studs up. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, it'll be fine. Whereas you could be like whipping in and out, bruv, like having a bit of fun in there. Like, whereas people will be like...
I'm not sure about that.
So you're not on a mosh pit then?
No, I'm not about
The
it.
closest I think we had to mosh pits is when like Fordred and Powell used to come in the club when we were younger. But if it was between us,
Yeah.
I could take that. Like if we were bouncing around, because I think again I knew there was not going to be like a drop kick to the head.
I've seen like proper mosh pits, and they are absolutely wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably the closest thing and that was like because I could see the standing crowd, but I was a little bit further back, so I wasn't in the mosh pit. I was like watching it, and it was like I was like, yeah, I'm not about that.
I reckon you instigated it. You were like, right, guys, so what you should do is, and then you got them doing it, and then you stood back and were like, oh, that's shocking.
No, I didn't. I stood back and I admired my work, and I went, oh, no, it was like when a jungle rave gets gassed, and people are like jumping into you and stuff like that. I would say that is the closest thing that I've had to a mosh.
Love that.
It was fun. I'm not gonna lie.
It is. Yeah, jungle raves are. I'd like to go to one again.
This is the thing, right? You can be in a jungle rave and people will be jumping into you and all kinds, but at the same time, people are like, "Yo, you cool?" Do you know that? I respect.
So that's my story of the week, Sean. Sorry, it wasn't very amazing, but there you go. That's it. Have you got one that you'd like to bring to the table?
I can bring one to the table.
Is this mosh pit nappy real though? Pit diaper. Oh my god.
Okay, so this tickled me.
They are sorry, Sean. They are still selling it. It's now $190.
Brother, we haven't clocked. Is it? I want to know whether it's a one time. Is it eco-friendly? Is it one time use? Do you have to bring it? What do you do? Bring your nappy home and clean it? What's the thing?
Right, I'm looking at the pictures of it, and it looks like it's basically. Oh no, this is a rip-off. I mean, it's a leather jock strap, yeah, but it's just got a sanitary towel in the middle of it. So really, I don't know if that's enough.
Can I just put it out for the people who haven't seen it? It's very heavy metal themed.
It's very leather, and it's got cool stuff on it. But then
I would say the cool probably wouldn't be because it would be like having like I would only imagine, and anyone that does wear leather undergarments, do let us know. But I haven't, and I'm just going to guess that it might be quite warm,
chafy.
Bit chafy.
Well, there's a
maybe
picture of a guy just wearing the pants. That's how you'd wear them, innit? You wouldn't wear them as like underpants. You wouldn't wear them as underpants.
Can I just put out? He's fully rocking them like he's a WWE wrestler.
Yeah, like Attitude Era, wearing a belly top.
Yeah,
and leather wrist straps and knee pads.
Yeah, a WWE wrestler.
They wore some real jazzy stuff back then, man. Bret the Hitman Hart used to wear some real like
his like pink and black, spandex
stuff like that. And I'm like, Yeah, man. You know what? It is mad how some wrestlers literally just come out in a pair of pants and knee pads, innit? And that's their whole outfit. Like, they could go on the road. They could have like 365 days worth of travel in one carry-on suitcase. Very efficient. Whereas someone like The Undertaker, got to have the jacket.
Man's got
have
a full wardrobe,
Yeah, man. You got to have all of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? The coffin.
Got somewhere to store the urn.
Yeah, that urn, yeah. Paul Bearer's got to come with you as well. Do you get me? It's, you know, the organs that are playing for your music as well. The Harley Davidson. That's got to come on the road. Whereas like someone like The Rock, you know, he's a pair of sunglasses.
A couple of elbow pads.
Yeah, you've got to have a lot of elbow pads because he throws them away, doesn't he?
He does. But maybe he's eco-friendly and goes and recycles them. And not one time, elbow pads, not one time use. That's what The Rock said. I'm not putting words in.
That would be so dread if The Rock said, like, thank you very much, can I have that back?
You're like, they're like, yeah. You're like, no, I will take that.
The Rock says, eco-friendly. Oh, man. Sorry.
Any more info for us? Any more info? What was that?
On this, that's it, man. £78 with tax included. It's cruelty-free pleather. It's all show protection. It's not a sanitary towel. It's like an incontinence pad. I don't know, man. I feel like it's a great idea, but just looking at the pad, do you know what it is? My thing is looking at the pad, I'm thinking, I'd never purchase one myself at this stage yet. Who knows what's going to happen? Just doesn't look like it will.
It doesn't look like it's fit for purpose.
Doesn't look like it'll carry a full load. Like if I'm out there and I've been drinking those cheap beers, yeah, that's a big pee, bro. I don't know if that's gonna one little thing.
Oh, is it just for? Does it say that it's only for numero uno?
Yeah, I'd presume it's a numero uno. But even my numero unos, bro, I'm like a big dude. If I've sank like 6 pints of fruit juice at a event, yeah, at least 3 pints of that is coming out of me, bruv.
Yeah.
Can it take a free pinter?
So maybe I reckon that this is probably more for someone like me who drinks like 100 mils of water every week. I'd probably be all right to wear that for like a fortnight.
So when your one jelly blob of piss comes out every few days,
it doesn't even soak.
You could just brush it off. That is reusable. Just shake it off. Just goes, into the toilet. There you go. Man's number one is a number two.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
It's interesting. It's an interesting idea, but it's also it feels a bit weird.
Hey man, look, big up the guys at Liquid Death for having a little bit of fun. I like that, man. Big up yourselves.
I thought the people, and also if anybody has purchased it and can give us an in-depth review of it, I would be very interested to hear from a user.
I would as well. Yeah, that'd be fascinating.
Does it work? Is it comfortable?
Yeah.
Does it chafe?
Yeah.
How much absorption? I'll be like, there's about 3 pints of absorption there.
Yeah. Yeah, can it take 3 pints? So Sean's actually asking you to measure the amount of pee in a cup, then pour it into your pants again.
Something
so
like that,
into a
but
cup,
not exactly
then pour it
that.
back into your pants. That's what you got to do, isn't it? How else are you going to know? How else are you going to know? I'm there. I think that my peas are like 3 pints, or they're probably half a pint. Who knows? But I feel like if you drink 1 glass of water, obviously some of that you sweat out, some of that's used for energy. How much of that comes out again?
Don't know.
Anyway, sorry.
I don't know. But someone could potentially tell us. I'd be intrigued.
I'd like to know, out of every pint or litre of water, how much of that comes back out or how much of that is used in other
I suppose
processes.
it will depend on how much water your body feels like it requires.
Mm-hmm. How thirsty you are beforehand.
If you need to flash out, if you've got stuff that, maybe for instance, if you had like a massage and you need to drink lots of water to flush out whatever, then it would maybe take more. And
yeah, man. If you're just sweating a lot.
You're just sweating a lot.
It's a hot day. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Sean and I just...
we digress.
Yeah,
okay.
We've really showing that ignorance today, man.
This tickled me, this story, because it's kind of shit that I feel like I do. Female prankster pretending to be a marshal sends Glasgow runners on a 2.5 kilometre detour during the race.
What an arsehole. God, I got to hear more about this.
Wait. I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to leave a detail out to a little bit later. But the organisers of the event said, it is hard to laugh off the incident as the prank led the runners away from medical help had it been needed. So there's a little bit more of a sinister side here. Can we just park that for a bit?
Did anyone die?
No. We're good.
Was anyone critically injured or hurt?
Oh, actually, there were no. Okay. He's like, oh. No, it's like no one died, but 3 people are still in a coma.
That's fine.
Yeah, no.
They can't feel pain.
So, can I give you a little bit of
Sean, you can give me as much info as you wish.
Runners at a 10k trail race in Glasgow were sent in the wrong direction by a prankster pretending to be a marshal and who buried arrow signs marking the course.
Dread.
Acorn Trail said that about 30 of the 115 participants at the event on Sunday were sent on a 2.5 kilometre detour. Organisers, Alex and Michelle, told Sky News, "It is hard to laugh off the incident as the prank led the runners away from the medical help it had needed. Fortunately, no one required it. It's hard to laugh at the incident when you consider the possible implications had things not panned out as lightly as they did. The fact that things did pan out right doesn't mean that, it could have happened and it could have been an absolute disaster, but fortunately, everything's fine. There's a fine line between it being a humorous prank and an incident had one of the runners, not all of whom were local, got more lost when their warm clothing, refreshments and first aid were at the finish line."
Was the fine line a finish line? Where you finish living? You cross the finish line of life.
Can I just say that they also have a message, and they've said, "I'd ask the saboteur," who we were told is female, "to consider the above, which I'd like to think they hadn't thought of on Sunday." My brain thought that this was a typical dude kind of thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
And so kudos to you, man, because
Thank you for breaking the stereotype.
Thank you for breaking the stereotype, and I also appreciate your work.
Yeah, smash the prank tree.
Oh,
that's the
what?
best. It's the best word smash I can make. Smash that prank tree. No more Dennis the Menace. Let's have Denise the Menace. Okay,
The Menace.
Let's have Denise the Menace. Right. So, Sean, have you ever been hit with a prank like this before? Because I've got a story where I've been done like this.
No, not in the same. I would have to run for me to be involved in a similar prank, which I don't.
It was less running, but I was in Morocco doing an off-road drive with Ford for their Ranger Raptor a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And we had to follow the Ford signs down some very hard to drive up roads. Like these roads, it was a predetermined course, but these roads, if in our regular road vehicles, we would not make them. So we had to follow the Ford sign. There were yellow signs with the blue Ford logo on them. And halfway through our drive, but we did have GPS with us, but halfway through our drive, we saw some like local kids because we're like driving through bits of Morocco. So we've seen some beautiful landscape. We've done like, by the way, quick side chat, we've done like quite nice speeds along open beaches, which is one of the best things I've done in a 4x4. And the guy I was with was a bit nervous, so I wasn't used to being on the other side of the road. He clipped a stone and almost flipped the car we're in, but he didn't.
Because you were motoring.
Yeah. He did it at quite a casual speed, but he clipped something and we literally like went up on our side. It was quite scary. Did all that, it's cool. So the final bit of the day was we had to drive to get to lunch, then to the airport, then we're out of there. So we see this group of kids like, and they're like waving at us quite enthusiastically, and we're like, "Hi!" at a sign, and we took a left. Drove. Couldn't see any more signs. Carried on going. Couldn't see any more signs. Came up to this massive bit of like road where it was like we had to engage like all of the traction.
The low gears and everything.
Low gear, the differential lock, all this stuff. Doesn't matter if basically we had to turn on all the stuff to get up. Creeped over these things like, and then I start thinking back in my head. Those kids that were waving had spun the sign the wrong way because I remember in my mind looking back at it, the Ford logo was upside down. And I was like, "You twats!" But I was laughing because, like, funny for them. But they were like, "Yeah, dickhead!" And you were like, "Oh, yeah." They got us, and we were like, we got there like I'd literally just about made it till we could. And luckily, our plane was delayed, but we got there and we thought we were going to miss our flight, bruv. It was crazy, but it was fun times, man. It's always funny those jokes. I think when I was a kid, I might have given someone like the wrong directions. Like, "Excuse me, mate, do you know where it's to get to the park?" I'm like, "Yeah, what we're going to do is go out there, take a right, take a right, take a right, take another right."
And as soon as he walks up, you go, "Dickhead."
Yeah. And then they come back again after taking 4 rights. So they go, they look at you and you're like, "Oh, yeah, you supposed to..." "You all right, mate? You all right? You managed to get... You're back already?" "Okay, you must have the shortcut, mate."
Let's be honest. Especially in school days, man. Like there was some.
Should we talk about the prank that we did?
Which one? Which one?
The leaf.
The leaf. So dread.
Love the leaf prank. The leaf prank. So it was a time of year where let's be honest, like it was extremely like I think fall that year was just really leafy, wasn't it? Just for want of a better set of words, like there was just like loads of leaves out there. So we were walking home and we saw that some builders had like lifted up one of the paving stones, and it was probably one of the paving stones that had like water pipes underneath it and stuff. They'd done some work, but from what I remember, they had a really small amount of like safety barriers to get out of the way, or the wind had knocked the barriers down or whatever. Everything was a mess, but we saw this massive hole in it, and then we just started...
and the thing is, because I don't know whether it is because it had been raining or that there was a water valve that had filled up. But imagine you remove one paving slab and then then the hole is now filled up to the top with water.
Yeah.
And what they'd done is they'd put one of those yellow manhole kind of covers,
temporary ones,
yeah, on top. Carry on.
That was it. So yeah, and then so we like might have shifted the manhole cover over a little. Don't do this at home, kids.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Might have shifted the manhole cover a little bit because we got out of school at like bang on time, and then we just started filling it with leaves. So what we had was a trap door of sorts, basically.
If anyone remembers like Load Runner, this is going back. But
and then we proceeded to stand back and like pretend that nothing was going on and watch people just fall into the leaves.
We probably were like, weren't being bait at all. We were probably like, you're right.
They were like, the kids, Hey.
There were quite a few people that got really close to it, and then like,
looked at us and were like, what are you doing?
And then that clocked it, and then we were like, oh, damn it.
And then one kid's front wheel of their bike went in.
He rode up to it and went, this looks a little bit fishy.
Funny, man.
No one was hurt in the in this prank.
I can't remember what year but if it was like big people came from the upper years, we'd be like, no, careful. Yeah, you're good, man. You lot are cool. Yeah. You lot are, thanks for that, man.
Well, we
get
like, no problem. Dashing the hole.
But yeah, man.
You'd have been fine. I would have drowned in that hole. Like, do you know what I mean?
Quite deep, you know. Don't do that at home, kids. But yeah, Sean. That is. Do you know what though? No one died for that prank. For the run-in and our prank as well. Can you imagine that? No one dies for that prank, but for our prank, several people died.
There was many injuries. No,
yeah.
It's a very fine line, because also like some pranks are just funny and it's light-hearted and it's this and that, and it's also quite difficult to you have to be like, oh, let me think of a prank that has absolutely like 0% chance of anything bad happening. It's also kind of difficult to do. Obviously, there are some that like you really like. I heard some people that are like, yeah, I thought it would be really funny to do this, and I'm like, is it?
Yeah, it's like or silly dares, like, you know, there's like proper like British boy wasted ones, like putting a firework between their bum cheeks and setting it off. I've watched one of those shows, like, you know, like 48 hours in Ibiza or one of them ones, and there's a geezer. It reminded me, there's a guy that did it as his birthday trick, hurt himself, tried to go out afterwards, and I think he tried to like take some ibuprofen for the pain, and it make him do like a birthday shot, and the birthday shot's strong, and it made him quiver, and that's when he was like, oh, actually, I'm not good, I have to go to the doctors. Goes to the doctor. The doctor clearly is one of these people, like, bruv, he's obviously hurt his bottom in it, yeah. The doctor clearly is, he's seen it all in it, because he's a doctor at one of these holiday destinations. He goes, the thing is about, let's call him David. The thing is about David is, you know, I had my birthday recently and I just had a few glasses of wine at home, and I think that's an acceptable way to enjoy my birthday. The last thing I'd want to do is put a firecracker between my bum cheeks and explode it. And they carry on talking about how he's like going to be okay. He needed some stitches, I think. Yeah, basically. But then there was this one throwaway line that I remember specifically in the show that I can't believe they never highlighted on. And that was, the doctor said something like, last year when he did this, it hurt him, so he should have learnt a lesson. I was like, this is the second year he's done this, bro. Listen, right? We've all done silly things, yeah? But listen.
No, man.
Blow up your asshole once.
Right, guys.
Jokes on you.
Tips for life.
Blow up your asshole twice. Fool me, can't get fooled again. Blow up your asshole once, more fool you. Blow it up twice.
Weird.
More double fool you, you absolute fool. But yeah, man, I remember watching that.
That's wild.
But I don't know, we had, you know, like, even if you walk in a room and make someone jump, they could drop something and break it, or just have a heart attack and die.
Mate, like, my sister, for instance, big on my sister. If you like scare my sister or like jab her in the side to tickle her, if she has something in her hand, you're getting. If she's got like a pan in her hand and you went boop like that, you're getting whacked in the face with that pan. Yeah, her reactions. Yeah, so you got to be careful. I have to be like, whoop, whoop.
Okay, right. So like, wait,
yeah, just have to duck it and be like.
I was gonna say, is it like in the moment or is it like 2 hours later? Because I was gonna say that's a bit dread. Just comes up to you, smack.
Like a week later, I just walk in and I'm like,
yeah, yeah, that's for getting me in the side. Sorry, it's a delay reaction.
I'm like, wow, that was. yeah, but you so
yeah,
I mean, I've seen the ones as well where like these Donnies in America will do some dumb stuff to like they will stop a car and be like, and then they end up getting like shot or they use like ends up being some like hood brez and they just start capping them and stuff. And I'm like,
when they go up to guys, walk up to guys and they go like, yeah, man, is it something? And I'm like, are you dumb?
That one like. I don't know where he's from. He's like some Hispanic brother.
Yeah.
And he comes on and he goes, you want some smoke, man? You want some smoke? And the guy's like, yeah, man. The guy starts chasing him with a strap and that. And he's like, no, I'm kidding.
It's a prank.
It's a prank. And you know what's quite joke is like, the guy's like about to kill him. He's like, it's a prank. I just wanted to give you some peas. The guy's like, oh, okay.
He's like, how much? How does a prank get you out of it? Like, it's a prank. Like, yeah. I mean, I've done some pretty evil pranks, like the mac and cheese prank on my friend.
I think we spoke about that.
Yeah, we spoke about it before, yeah. So basically, hid my friend's favourite food from him. But yeah, man, there's pranks all day long. But yeah. But Sean,
think through the things that could happen with you. Like, for instance, right? This prank. Maybe what you do is you go down prior to, pretend to be part of the setup.
Okay.
Create a detour. Mm-hmm. Put some medical assistance on the detour.
Wow. So it's like an Ocean's 11 level prank. The prank is so good, people don't even know they've been pranked. So you even had hydration there as well. Wow.
You probably had more signposts than on the actual.
Wow.
Yeah, you had extra refreshments.
Yeah.
These people who took the detour were like, wow, this was a great detour.
My electrolytes were lighting.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go on that detour next year.
Yeah.
Like,
but would they even know it's a detour? Would they know?
Maybe it will just become the new route.
An alternative route. What if you made the alternative route the exact same distance as well? So it didn't to the meter, so it didn't mess with anyone's times as well. So really, what you've done is you just shared traffic. More people. Wow. So
now you're thinking.
Now you're not a prankster. What's the opposite of a prankster?
No, you're just an amazing organizer of a
lot of effort.
They're trying to hire you. Yeah. But you could do that, and then that will mitigate, obviously, anyone who potentially was ill. Guys, enjoy your pranks, but keep them safe.
But if you did do that, don't brag about it at the pub. Oh, guys, guess what I did today? Crazy day.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. You're going to want to buy me a pint after this. Yeah. All right.
Firstly, before I tell you the prank, I'm just going to tell you all of the safety measures that I put in place first. All right, guys, how long have you got? Right. Number 1 of 17.
Hey, come back. I'm not finished yet. Hey, guys, come back.
No, I swear it was funny. It was, what?
Jokes on me. but yeah, Sean. Any other news on that? Should we leave it there, bruv?
I think we leave it there. I
think we're done for the week. Listen, it's been fantastic. 1 second.
Man, you got a lot of pent up like energy.
Yeah,
on the trigger finger.
Out off my system.
Man, you're right.
I'm all right now.
You're cool, yeah.
Of the week.
I mean, I'm getting tired just.
Yeah, perspiring. But thank you very much. If you want to send your jokes in, jokes@howtokillanhour.com, or even maybe send us in a funny story.
Oh, I love a funny story.
Love a funny story, man. At Marcus Bronzy on social media, at How to Kill an Hour on all social media as well. Thank you to all the guys for us at Insta, TikTok, and all the flippy flip-flops out there as well, man. Enjoying you. We have got punishment coming up next, where if you have sent your jokes in, we're going to read them out. Got some stonkers in there, Sean. Got some stonkers in there, man. I think that's all we have time for now. We'll see you soon.
Peace.